Hello everybody and welcome back to the Fortress of Solitude. Today we're going to be talking about Aquaman issue 4 by Jeremy Adams, John Timms and Rex Locus. Arthur's journey through Dagon's domain continues this issue, but before we get there we actually get another flashback where Arthur and Garth pursue a sea witch through the ocean. Arthur remembers the first day he met this woman, chasing her to the surface where the sea witch is revealed to be Mera. With that first meeting, Arthur knows that Mera captured his heart, and ever since then they have loved each other very much. This flashback, however, isn't actually a flashback, it's a dream which Arthur is pulled out of by a terrifying visage of Laurie Lamaris, who awakens him, telling the captured king that he was dreaming. We get a little bit about why Laurie is doing this, which I'm glad we do, because we've kind of up until now just been left kind of hanging about why she is working for the bad guys this time round. And I figured that it was some sort of mind control or something, but it looks like she is doing this because she has no choice, and she did this to save Aquaman, maybe hinting, like I said in my last review, that maybe Tritonus was taken as well, or Dagon has something held over her and is forcing her to do this. Laurie explains to Aquaman that they are in Dagon's domain now, a cosmic realm as large as the moon, with scattered cities and lands connected by rivers which flow to Dagon in the center, one of those rivers which they travel now. Aquaman wants more answers, but Laurie won't tell him anything, so he asks her to at least tell him if Atlantis and his family are safe, but she refuses to answer even that, deciding to leave. Laurie being so cold and distant, the complete opposite of her world's finest appearance, is just so interesting to me. Like, what the hell has Dagon done to her? Like, what has he got on her that is forcing her to work with him? Meanwhile, back on the Forge, Vivian and Arion open the Lambda Gate and follow after Arthur, intent on saving him and entrusting the weapon they made to his care. The ship meanwhile stops to resupply at Coral Outpost, one of the small settlements making up Dagon's domain. While stopped in port, Arthur finds he can't break the ice chains, finding them too strong thanks to the magic imbued in them. But he realizes that he could break free if he weakens the wood the ice chains are tied onto. Adams using the water bending powers Arthur got from Mera to fantastic effect again, as he has Arthur concentrate and draw water up from the damp wood of the ship around him, and doing this causes the wood to dry up and the floor begin to splinter, so Arthur is able to just slam his head down into the floor and break the brittle wood, ripping himself from the post he is chained to and out into the flowing space river below, where he glimpses a strange underwater city. This feels very Elder God, Lost City of Relair, Cthulhu mythos stuff, which in fact Dagon is actually part of as well, so it kind of makes sense that I get that sort of feeling when I look at this weird upside down underwater city. Laurie and the mercenary mage chase after Arthur, pursuing him into the dead city, but as Arthur gets further and further away, he soon runs into Vivian and Arion. The duo manage to free Aquaman from the magical chains around him, telling him more about the Dark Tide and how Dagon fears what he can do. After being reunited, Vivian gifts Arthur Thalassa, the Tri-Lance Saber. Now this is a really fucking cool weapon, as thanks to a breakdown by Adams on Twitter where he actually built a cardboard version of the weapon to show artist John Timms how it works, and then showed it off on a video on Twitter, we get to see exactly how it sort of is broken down into both a trident and a sword, as the sort of trident part of it kind of slides down the hilt and creates like a pommel and a handle for him to hold, and then he can slide it back up and it can become a trident as well. Now that's a really cool gimmick for a weapon, and it feels like something like you'd see in like Bloodborne or something. It's like a trick weapon from Bloodborne, basically. Arthur uses the weapon to take the fight to Laurie and the mermaids, using it to cut their ship in half as if it's nothing. Arthur easily fends off the mercenary maids with the new weapon, making great use of its new gimmick. I do wonder if the weapon is easier for him to use thanks to the water-bending powers he got from Mera, since he mentions a few times that it feels lighter than water and it feels like water that he can control, as if it's part of him and an extension of his body, like how he views the water he can now control. Eventually he beats them back and Arion tells them to run back to Dagon and tell him the new king is coming. Aquaman issue 4 really broke open the new world Arthur finds himself in, and again, the ties to English and worldwide folklore mer people and Dagon is just lots of fun, and a nice gear shift from Arthur's usual villain engagements. Adams also introduces some new lore regarding Arthur's new role as a quote-unquote new god of this world, complete with a sick bloodborne trick weapon, and when you put it all together, it just makes for a really fun romp of an issue. I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10.